this.
What? Oh, you weren't reading Infinite Jest, were you?
No, I look at memes, I'm sorry.
You look at memes?
Yeah.
What about Infinite October?
It's so long. Here we go. Are we reading? You want to do it again?
How far are you?
I'm on page 807.
Nice.
It's the part with Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Which one was Kevin again?
He's the guy that was like Oren's friend's older brother.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's what part of it is.
A little over a month ago, I did a video post about Infinite Summer, which is a summer reading program that took place a number of years ago that people from, as far as I can tell, still occasionally do, which is where basically readers read Infinite Summer over the course of a summer, starting in June at the beginning of summer and ending in September at the end of summer. Now, since I'm not really the fastest reader, I was a couple or a few weeks late in finishing the book. I think I finished kind of right around the midpoint of October. And I also wanted to have an opportunity to read all the blog posts, because on the website there are blog posts for almost every single day of the summer. It misses a few days, but there's quite a few actually, and so I took a little bit of extra time to go through those. So I just wanted to, I guess, reflect on the process of reading Infinite Jest. At first I had thought of maybe kind of doing a video review, but I don't think there's really any way that I can review a book like this in just a few minutes, and there are probably people who are more apt to do that than me and who actually have done it in the past, and so there's no point in me sort of going over treaded ground already, but I wouldn't mind talking about what the experience was like. Initially, I liked it, and then I didn't like it, and then I liked it again. In fact, by the time that I was at the end, I was contemplating going around back at the beginning and starting again, which from what I read on the website is or was a kind of common thing that people feel. And as with a lot of postmodern literature, it got a little annoying at times in terms of plot and everything, but that's something that people have remarked upon a lot. And for me, there were sections of it that felt as though they were written a little bit lazily. But then, of course, the problem, it seems, when you try to critique pomo literature, what people always say whenever you mention writing mechanics is they always say, oh, well, that's not the author doing that, that's just the character that is narrating that particular part of the story. And so, it seemed to me that in certain sections a lot of words were reused, like the word prandial in the first 300 pages kept showing up over and over to the point of nauseum, I think. But I think as a whole, the book was a great experience. Now, in terms of the Infinite Summer program and the website, I really enjoyed it. Of course, it's been a few years, and I think that program actually occurred in 2010, so a lot of the posts and things on there are quite a bit dated, and there were quite a few that I really enjoyed. In particular, I think it was a fellow named Michael Pietsch, who was the editor of Infinite Jest, had a post on there. Then there was another one by the young adult fiction author John Green, who I'm not really a fan of, but it was interesting to sort of see his take on the experience of reading the novel, which he had done when he was younger. And then lastly, the post I think I maybe enjoyed the most was a post by a man named, I think it's Matt Bucher, who did a post comparing passages in Infinite Jest to passages from other books that Wallace most probably read, and sort of incorporated elements of those novels into his book, which then at the bottom of that post led into a discussion about David Foster Wallace's favorite novels, which it was, the top one listed was Screwtape Letters, which I found to be interesting and sort of improbable, but it sounds as though that actually was the case, which I would be interested in hearing more about that. And so anyways, a few other things. I really wish that whoever it was that was still running the Infinite Summer website would unlock the forums, or at least archive the old posts, and then allow users in future years to do it, because I know that I'm not the only person who did it this year, because I would go on the forum and I would see that there'd be however many active guests browsing the forum. So I wish there was some way that they were to be able to archive the posts that happened in the inaugural year, and then maybe open up the forum in future years to people, which would be really interesting. So anyways, that was my experience of reading the novel. This book sat in my backpack for about 3 months, so unfortunately it got a little bit beat up, which I'm sorry about because I would like to be able to read it again without it falling apart, so maybe I'll have to tape it together or something. Anyways, I really enjoyed the book. Maybe go check out the Infinite Summer website if you're interested in reading it. I think it was a very rewarding experience for me, and I would recommend it to anyone else who's thinking about reading the novel.